Now, from WYDC TV, this is Big Fox News at 10.
Thank you for joining us tonight. I'm Jennifer Lindgren. Two former students from the Elmira City School District have filed a civil lawsuit against a former teacher. They're accusing the former teacher of sexually abusing students from the Ernie Davis Academy in the late 90s and early 2000s. Big Fox's Matt Kleindienst joins us now from Corning with details.
Good evening, Jennifer. Two brothers are seeking damages for the alleged abuse that they say occurred at the hands of a former teacher. The civil lawsuit details allegations of grooming and sexual abuse that occurred at school and at the teacher's home. The details you're about to hear in this story are disturbing. A former Elmira teacher is facing serious allegations in a civil lawsuit filed by two former students. The lawsuit accuses Doug Stadelmeyer of sexually abusing students while working as a technology teacher at the Ernie Davis Academy.
Mr. Stadelmeyer's behavior was open and obvious and known to other students, and we believe other adults.
Hillary Nappy, the lead lawyer for the two brothers, says the alleged abuse occurred in the late 90s and early 2000s. Here's what the lawsuit claims. Stadelmeyer began grooming the two students by allowing them to hang out in his classroom. He even invited them to ride four-wheelers at his house along Pennsylvania Avenue in Elmira. Stadelmeyer is then accused of sending the students sexually explicit photos and showing them pornography before engaging in sex acts. Hillary Nappy says her two clients weren't the only ones who were possibly abused.
Our investigation has revealed that there were other students who had similar allegations against Mr. Stadelmeyer who just didn't bring lawsuits.
Hello, you've reached.
I called the phone number associated with Stadelmeyer to get his side of the story, but I did not get a response. The civil lawsuit also alleges officials with the Elmira City School District were aware of the abuse, but did not address the issue.
As custodians of children who are responsible to protect them and keep them safe during the hours that they are at school, and they exposed these children to a predator.
The Elmira City School District also did not respond to our calls about the allegations. An investigation was conducted against Stadelmeyer a few years ago. However, no charges were ever filed. He currently works as a corrections officer with the Chemung County Jail. Matt Kleindienst, Big Fox, WYDC in Corning.
We have a winter storm watch for the Twin Tiers this weekend. Let's go straight to Adam Bowles with a look at what's in store. Adam.
Here's the weather headlines for your next few days. We do have a wind chill advisory in effect for tonight and also for Saturday. Not even escaping the teens for your Saturday, making it feel like the negatives in some spots. Be sure to stay safe and stay warm out there for this weekend. Cloudy and frigid for your Saturday, and also I'm tracking a winter storm. Heavy snow is likely for Monday for Martin Luther King Day. We do have a winter storm watch for everybody. I have the full forecast coming up.
Good news for New Yorkers. The governor says COVID cases are starting to decline across the state. According to Governor Kathy Hochul, the 7-day average of positive cases is starting to go down, and she believes the trend will continue in the coming days.
So here's the news flash. Turning the corner. You heard it here first. I've been waiting to say that. Turning the corner. Look at the 7-day average of cases starting to decline.
New COVID cases have dropped from about 90,000 a day a week ago to around 49,000 today. Despite the good news, the governor did warn that New York hospitalizations for COVID are still too high. More than 12,000 people are being hospitalized. However, Hochul believes that number could also soon start to decline. New Yorkers are encouraged to continue masking and getting vaccinated to help stop the spread of COVID. Your closest chain drugstore may be closed on some weekends. The Wall Street Journal says Walgreens and CVS are cutting pharmacy hours in some places because of sick call-outs caused by the Omicron variant of COVID-19. Both companies have been dealing with severe staffing shortages. They say weekend shutdowns are unusual, but become a reality when locations lack enough pharmacists and technicians to stay open. A CVS spokesperson says a small fraction of its U.S. stores are closing on one or both weekend days. A Walgreens spokesperson says a vast majority of its stores are open for regular hours. Rite Aid said last month it would start closing stores an hour early and allow walk-in vaccines for only an hour a day because of its staffing crunch. GOP lawmaker John Katko announces his retirement today. The moderate Republican representing the Syracuse area was said to be in line to become chairman of the House Homeland Security Committee. Katko, who is currently serving his fourth term in the House, released a statement saying it was time to, quote, enjoy my family and life in a fuller and more present way. Katko was the third of the 10 House GOP lawmakers who voted to impeach President Donald Trump following the January 6th insurgents at the White House. Federal authorities arrested the Oath Keepers founder, Stewart Rhodes, in Texas Thursday. Rhodes has been charged with seditious conspiracy in the January 6, 2021 attack on the Capitol. While there is no evidence he entered the Capitol that day, he's accused of putting the violence into motion. The indictment alleges that for weeks, Oath Keepers discussed preparing for a siege by purchasing weapons and setting up plans, repeatedly writing about the prospect and the need of violence in chats. 10 others in the group are also charged with seditious conspiracy, which is defined as attempting to overthrow, put down, or destroy by force the government of the United States. It's a charge rarely used. Some of the main influencers on TikTok are making a ton of money. According to Forbes data, 7 of TikTok's top performers made a total of $55.5 million last year, a 200% year-over-year increase. TikTok star Charli D'Amelio made over $17 million. That's more than the CEOs of companies like McDonald's, Starbucks, or Exxon. TikTok has helped some of its main influencers to branch out into other areas of the pop culture world. For example, D'Amelio now has an Abercrombie & Fitch clothing line and had a reality show on Hulu. If you're a parent, especially with young kids, you definitely know that song, and you should feel proud because you've contributed to the fact that Baby Shark has now reached 10 billion views on YouTube, making it the site's most watched video of all time. The song was released back in 2016 in Japan. It didn't become popular in the United States until 2019. Baby Shark has been turned into a Nickelodeon show and has even made the Billboard Top 40. Still ahead tonight, we have your complete Big Fox forecast for the weekend. And later, could COVID postpone another Olympics? How China is trying to keep things on track with Omicron spreading worldwide.
Here's your local stock market update from Big Fox. Now, your Twin Tiers forecast from Big Fox.
Hello everybody, it's Adam Bowles with your weather, brought to you in part by William Mattar. Kim has the night off for this evening. Here's the weather headlines. A very Arctic weekend in store. We do have a wind chill advisory with the wind chills heading into the negatives for tonight and also for Saturday as well. Be sure to bundle up, stay safe, and stay warm, especially for your Saturday as well. Cloudy and frigid for your Saturday with highs not escaping the teens once again. So very Arctic air on the way. After that, we do have a winter storm watch in effect for Martin Luther King Day on Monday. Also, heavy snow is possible from Monday into Tuesday, but I have more details on that in a couple of seconds. In the meantime, 24-hour difference, that very cold air rushing in from north to south right into our area. Almost a 14-degree difference from this time yesterday. So yes, very cold air on the way. Even in the morning hours, we are falling into the single digits near 0 degrees. And look at that. It feels like with that wind chill, partly sunny to mostly cloudy skies for tomorrow. But the negatives will feel like that on your skin. So that very cold air, everybody in the blue rushing in from north to south right into our area. Here's your Saturday, mostly cloudy. Look at that. Highs not escaping the teens. 13, 12, that is it. 2, 3 degrees in the morning. So be sure, yes, driving around, make sure you are staying warm out there. A high of 13, 12 degrees, mostly cloudy skies. The normal high is 34 degrees, so we are way below normal for this time of year. Also, we do have more snow showers possible as we head into the early morning hours and also lasting throughout Monday too, with that winter storm watch in effect too as well. Here's future radar looking mostly quiet for tonight. Saturday, mostly cloudy, just very cold Arctic air on the way for your Saturday. Sunday, we start to show a little bit of signs of moisture rushing through, but not much is happening until we get to Monday with that heavy snowfall chance. So here's a recap. Clearing Arctic air, a low of 2, making it feel like the negatives once again. 13 for a high, mostly cloudy and frigid and very cold air. Now, we do have that wind chill warning for tonight and Saturday. Also, for everybody, we do have that winter storm watch with heavy snowfall likely for Martin Luther King Day, with snow totals should be coming in to play here real soon. We'll get that. 32 degrees for Monday, leftover snow showers possible on Tuesday, a couple of showers possible on Wednesday as well, and then we are back into the 20s by Thursday.
Pandemic-related labor shortages are persisting, forcing countless businesses to turn to robots when a human-based workforce is proving unpredictable. Kevin Cork has a look at some of these futuristic inventions.
The pandemic is contributing to the rise of robots, with more businesses turning to special gadgets to take the place of employees reluctant to return to the workforce. Italian eatery Trattoria by Chef Mark is proving its robot server can blend seamlessly into the restaurant, while also attracting customers eager to catch a glimpse of this futuristic dining experience.
If you haven't been here before and you see that surprised look, especially the young ones, they get a real kick out of it when the robot comes to their table.
Meanwhile, the company Serve Robotics is launching new bots to help carry out orders for Uber Eats.
You place your order on Uber Eats. When it arrives, you enter your code and you unlock and grab your food.
And these little guys really pack a punch, armed with advanced automated technology that allows them to avoid safety hazards while performing a task.
They have safety capabilities like detecting an unattentive driver. That enables the robots is to stay safe without humans having to be in the loop.
And where robots don't need to be paid, don't expect tips, and won't call out sick, Serve robots also come with the added bonus of producing zero emissions, making them environmentally friendly. Officials at Serve say there's currently demand for hundreds of thousands of their robots, which is obviously at this point more than they can make. But it's also a sign that robot workers are definitely here to stay.
The race to track the spread of COVID-19 is taking scientists into the sewers. They're using wastewater to detect the virus even before people are visiting doctors or hospitals. Ashley Soriano reports from Las Vegas, where she finds out how it works.
The state of Nevada announced its first case of the Omicron variant December 14th after a woman tested positive. Scientists here at the University of Nevada, Las Vegas detected the variant a week before. This is one of the labs where the testing happens.
We then harvest about 500 mils of sewage, and this is what you'll see.
For the past 2 years, Dr. Edwin O and his students have spent hours each day analyzing wastewater to see how much of the virus is in southern Nevada.
We can go to a stadium and we can tell you that in the stadium you have extraordinary levels of virus. Therefore, it could be a super spreader type of event.
Under the wastewater surveillance program, the University of Nevada, Las Vegas, and the Southern Nevada Water Authority collect samples from sewers and water treatment facilities. Then they test the samples in a lab.
In the simplest sense, everybody poops. And so we get that information regardless of whether they're going out and getting those clinical tests.
Scientists have been able to detect new variants of the virus weeks or even up to a month before anyone received a positive test result.
And having that wastewater surveillance, you'll know without testing anyone whether you have a pathogen or you have a drug circulating in that community.
The most shocking moment was when Omicron appeared.
For Omicron, in certain cities, we went from 20% of a community having Omicron all the way to 95% just within a week. It just shows how quickly a pathogen can enter into a community and just simply take over.
We confirmed that at least 34 states have a wastewater surveillance program. And by the way, one question these scientists get a lot is whether you can contract COVID-19 from wastewater. The answer is no.
The Winter Olympics are just weeks away, but a surge of COVID cases in China has millions under lockdown. Olympic organizers say they are confident the games can take place. Alex Hogan has more.
Just an hour from Beijing, the city of Tianjin, China, mostly shut down on Thursday. Government officials suspended trains, taxis, and ride-hailing services to other cities. Highways closed and flights canceled. It's one of half a dozen cities in China under strict lockdowns as the Delta and Omicron variant threatens to impact the Beijing Winter Olympics. But former U.S. Olympic Committee member Gene Murphy says the world needs the Games now more than ever.
It is such a relief with the world pandemic going on to have an opportunity to showcase the world's best. Get people out of isolation, viewing the excitement.
During the Tokyo Summer Olympics, vaccinations and masking prevented widespread transmission at the Games themselves. But Beijing's COVID rules will be even stricter. The Olympics are being held under a closed-loop system for athletes, coaches, and media traveling to China. They'll be allowed to move within a strict bubble, separate from the rest of the country. Anyone who leaves that environment will be subject to a 3-week quarantine.
The rules are really designed to protect everyone, to make sure that the roles can be fulfilled.
If COVID transmission happens within that bubble, Olympic officials are leaving their options open for more preventative measures.
If mass cluster transmission happens, it will impact the Games and the schedule for sure.
The Games begin next month, and so far, Olympic organizers have not said whether they're considering a postponement.
There will be a lot more traveling in 2022 than in 2019, according to predictions. Experts at TripAdvisor say despite the pandemic, people want to travel now more than before. The company found 71% of Americans are planning to travel for recreation. That surpasses 2019 actual travel by 8%. The research also shows Americans are planning to spend 29% more on their trips than in 2019. According to the company, domestic trips are the most popular among passengers this year. Attendance at colleges across the country continues to drop as the coronavirus pandemic affects going after a degree. A report by the National Student Clearinghouse Research Center says college enrollment has declined about 7% since the start of the pandemic and is down about 1 million students. Enrollment fell in each of the 5 largest undergraduate majors at 4-year colleges. The greatest declines were in associate degrees. Flying around the world isn't something most teenagers can say they've ever done. Ashley Stromier has more on the brave young woman looking to break a world record as she becomes the youngest female to fly a solo trip around the Earth.
It's a dream I've had my entire life.
One teenager is soaring to new heights and preparing to not only fulfill her dreams, but also break records. 19-year-old Zara Rutherford is expected to become the youngest female in history to fly a solo trip around the world. She's set to earn the title Monday when she plans to land her plane in her native country of Belgium, where her journey first began back in August. If all goes well, she'll have flown 32,000 miles covering 5 continents and 52 countries. In order for her trip to qualify as a flight around the world, Rutherford needed to reach 2 countries on opposite sides of the planet, choosing Colombia and Indonesia. It may seem like a daunting task to most people, but some say flying is in her blood. Both of Rutherford's parents are also pilots and encouraged her to pursue her passion.
This crazy idea, I always thought it would be impossible. But then I decided, if I don't tell anyone about it, then it's never going to happen. So I told my parents, and straight away they're like, yes, let's do this.
But this mission isn't just for Rutherford, who says she hopes to encourage the next generation of girls to take to the sky.
I'm hoping to encourage girls and women to hopefully also go into aviation and STEM, so science, technology, engineering, and mathematics.
Rutherford will soon trade in her plane for textbooks. She's preparing to start college this year and dreams of one day becoming an astronaut.
We want to leave you with a smile tonight. Days after a damaging landslide, a dog is found alive in Seattle. The dog named Sammy was saved by firefighters on Thursday after a house collapsed with him inside a week ago. The firefighters answered to reports of the dog being inside the damaged structure, and a crew was able to rescue an alert black lab from the home. Sammy was visibly excited when he was finally reunited with his owner. Veterinarians at the scene say Sammy was in stable condition. From our whole team, thank you for joining us. We hope you have a great night.